Between all the Fibre Fest fun and a bit of monkey business, I barely had time to sit down and share my makes with you this month. But don't worry, I've got a lot to catch you up on. Grab your yarn and settle in. Let's talk knitting before September vanishes completely.
Hi everyone, and welcome to My Pink Bathtub. My name is Diane, and this is my September episode. All of the things that I failed to mention to you this month is all jam-packed into this one, we'll see how long it is, episode today. Because the last two episodes in September have been me flitting around at Fibre Fest, and I have been making things in the background, and I'm here to share with you what I've made so far this month, and not one pair of mittens. We also have a couple of acquisitions, I'm not gonna lie. We have a giveaway this episode. We have a little bit of information about some needle warranty that I found very interesting that I had to deal with. Oh my goodness, a couple of birthday gifts that I received. I think we're gonna start with that, late birthday gifts. And a couple other things. So let's just get going. This is a bit of a mishmash monkey business episode. What am I wearing? I'm wearing a sheep sweater, if you haven't noticed. I feel like I have shoulder pads on because they're kind of right there. It's a little warm. It is acrylic. I purchased this on a whim because who intentionally goes out to buy a sheep sweater? So I live in Canada in the province of Manitoba, smack dab in the center, and it is sweater weather, although it is still rather warm being near the end of September. Wow, where did September go? If you don't know, I am a knitter and I am also a maker, and I sell products just in the fall, a couple of really large markets in Winnipeg. I live outside of Winnipeg. And it's a 3-day market event and then a 2-day market event. So it's basically 5 days of selling. So I try to knit a little bit all year long so I have products for my markets. And my first market is in like a couple weeks. It's the weekend after Thanksgiving. And in fact, we're hosting Thanksgiving again this year because that is our event that we always host. And so it's going to be very busy in October. So do not expect to see me until probably after my markets. Sorry. I have been collecting a whole bunch of stuff in a bin that I've been wanting to share with you this month. Every time something happens, I put it in the bin, and I noticed that the bin said monkey business on it, which I thought was appropriate for me. When I first started knitting for markets and kind of knitting for gift giving, I used to make sock monkeys. I made a lot of sock monkeys, and I always made them out of wool. I just love making sock monkeys. I haven't made them for a while, but this bin and this little thing on top, which we're going to look at later, has kind of inspired me to make more for next season. But I don't know, I think I'm going to bring the sock monkey back. I think it's time. It's time to bring the sock monkey back. Let's look through this bin and see what I have made. And some of it's not market knitting. We even have a me make in here. Yeah, we got a lot to get through. So, well, as many of you may know, and some may not because I do have a few new subscribers. Hello to you, but hello to everyone. My birthday was last month at the end of August, and I like to milk my birthday, and we celebrated it all month long. And I, for a short time, gave out my address to some people that I've started pen paling with, and I do have a few letters I still need to write, so please be patient with me. Some of these are cards, and some of them are a few other things. Now, the first thing I want to show that I just received is from Nancy from Anderson, Indiana. And she sent me this really cute card. We have corresponded already a little bit. She made this card for me and just randomly sent it. And it's got buttons and fabric, and she stitched it all on and probably glued on some of it too. It is so cute. Nancy is so fun, the way she writes her letter. She kind of has a brain like I do, and she has lots of thoughts, and she just puts them all out there randomly. But she had such a cute little card, and I hope you don't mind that I share some of it with all of you, Nancy. Now, we had went to the mailbox, we were in the truck, and I opened it up and read it to Hubs, and Hubs was like, "That's so nice. That's so nice, Nancy." Thanks, Nance. I also finally received my letter from you, Debbie, from Surprise, Arizona. And she had sent me a birthday card. So thank you, Debbie. I will be sitting down and replying to you soon. And from Cindy in New Jersey, I also received a beautiful birthday card and a letter with some stickers for Christmas. And I will definitely be using these once that season arrives. So thank you, everyone, all of my pen pals. I love writing letters. I probably have at least 10 pen pals now. I have a gift, a crochet gift from my sister-in-law, who has taken up her crochet again after a good 20 years of not doing it. And she has just been going to town with this. I tell you, every time we come over, there's a new crochet blanket in their house. She is just giving her. And she had made herself some coasters, and I was like, I like those. So she made me some for my birthday. The first thing she made was this really cute drawstring bag. I just love it. And inside there is 6 coasters. And they're granny squares. Isn't that great? She makes them with the 24/7 cotton. I think there's a third color here. So I got 2 of each color. They're just perfect. I have some tile coasters, and sometimes when it's a hot liquid, I find when I pick up my mug, the tile comes with it and then slams. So thank you so much. You know who you are. I don't know if I should say your name or not, so we're not going to do it. But it's kind of nice to have a crafty friend in the family now, for sure. My friend Laine, who I went to the Manitoba Fibre Fest with, gave me a hank of yarn for a birthday gift as well when we saw each other. And she gifted me this yarn bee yarn. Look at that. So this is from Hobby Lobby, I believe. She was down there a while ago and did took advantage of their sale items. This is called Authentic Hand Dyed Myriad Lights. It is a fingering weight 400 yards, and it's 100% superwash merino wool. Very rainbowy. Thank you, Laine. Laine is in Greece right now. How exciting is that? I've been following her along on her Instagram. Trip of a lifetime she's on. Then I went to see my other friend, Janet, who I worked with in our school division, and she said, "Oh, I have a book for you." And I don't know how she got this, because she's not really a knitter or a crocheter, but she does have a little library, like a little free library at the end of her driveway that she manages. And I'm wondering if she perhaps found this in her little free library and thought of me. But it's this 2 at a time socks book. I have never done magic loop socks. Definitely something on my bucket list to learn. And I would really love to learn how to do magic loop mittens someday. I think that might speed up my process. But it appears to have a lot of really good detail of how to do it. So I'm excited to give it a try and it includes 17 patterns. So another thing on my list. So thank you, Janet. Wow, I think my birthday's officially done now. I think it's done. I think we can carry on with life. One other acquisition I want to share with you before I start getting into some of these makes, and we're going to do the giveaway later, is Book Outlet. I had mentioned Book Outlet before. They have a Canadian website and a US website. So I had shared what I had purchased before, because they do have some craft books on there, but they have all kinds of books. They also sell puzzles and some craft kits and different things like that. So it's quite fun. I would check them out just for the holiday season if you're looking for some gift ideas. I saw this and I thought, well, this is kind of up my alley. They had a free weekend of shipping, so you didn't have to pay shipping, but their shipping is quite inexpensive from what I can recall. Sticker Jigsaw Book of Pride and Prejudice. Now, I am a lover of Jane Austen. I pulled out one of the pages because you can rip them out, and I haven't done any yet. But as you see, you will see that there is outlines there now. You can't screw it up, the stickers. But there's all these, I just thought this was a fun thing, kind of like a coloring book, like a very early morning coffee project I could work on. So this was a gift to myself that I bought. But the first thing I made for September was a baby gift, because there is a maker that I was a booth buddy with 2 years ago. He was my booth neighbor, and he really helped me out with things I needed to know and do for a really large multiple day market, because I had never done one. And I saw him last year as well. He brought his partner's girlfriend over and bought her something because she loves foxes. So they had a baby. And I already contacted him and said, come and see me sometime on the weekend because I have a gift for you. I cast it on. I did maybe this much out of a baby blanket, and then I put it aside for months. And I thought, I got to get this baby blanket done. So again, I made the Mary Maxim car seat blankie for him and his girlfriend, well, for the baby. So this was the Vanna's Choice yarn in Denim Mist. It's a 4-weight yarn, 100% acrylic. It's lovely to work with. And I finished it. Not sure how well you can see the pattern, but there is yarn overs. It's a 10-row repeat pattern. And once you work on it for a while, you can just go. But I really struggled picking this back up after I had abandoned it for a couple months. And I kept having to pull it out. It was not working out for me. So this still needs to be laundered. Essentially, you put this on the child, and this little hole, you clip your car seat buckle through. It's a boy, if I haven't mentioned that. So every little boy needs a friend with his blankie. And so I had a leftover teddy bear from last season. This pattern is called Theodore the Teddy Bear, and I will link it below. It was a free pattern when I used it originally. So was the car seat blanket pattern, but for some reason, you got to pay for it now. And it's not even available on the Canadian site. So I'll use the US link that I found last time I talked about it, but it used to be free. This is made with 6-weight yarn. So it's a great, quick knit. A Lion brand Wool Ease Thick and Quick. And then I just kind of made a cowl for him. Safety eyes and nose. Very squishy, very fun. So that is the first thing I worked on in September as a gift for the baby. I do have 2 monthly projects that I work on every month. One is my Anthology Throw by Helen Stewart. Every month I add 2 colors to the throw because it's essentially written for 24 20-gram skeins. I'm using my Aberdeen's Wool holiday box from last year. Here is a photo of it, but I started at day 24 and worked my way backwards. And then I decided I was going to change it up because I'm not a big fan of purple. and I'm changing it to end with blues. So there were a few colors that I altered, but they are all from Aberdeen's wool, and some of them were from the 2023 box that I opened. So still all the same base. It's very hard to show you this because it is on a 50-inch cord and it's getting pretty large. We're still at 588 stitches, I believe. But these are the last two that I did. So now we're going, this was a green and a blue. It's been very, very fun to work on and very easy to work on because really I can do like one color in a night if I spend the whole night just knitting. And it's very, most of it's just plain knitting. Every so often you're doing yarn overs. I'm almost 75% done because really we only have 3 more months to work on it. Then I want to show you the last of the colors. So I'm going to go here and then the light gray, the gray blue into the dark blue. So these are the next 2 colors. Oh, I forgot one other birthday gift. There's just so much stuff here. It's hard to keep track. One of my viewers was at the Manitoba Fibre Festival. She was there a different day than I was, and she saw Alice because she watches both of us, and she asked Alice to pass along this gift. So thank you so much, Jen, for thinking of me. Jen is part of our Sox-a-Long, and we do a sock every month throughout the year. Well, I haven't been very good at making socks lately. But people can enter on Ravelry, and I'll link the information below because every month we pull winners to win a prize from the socks that they share with us. We have a slideshow. We also do a pattern prize every month for people who are in the chatter thread, which is very active. We have over 300 people participating throughout the year. Not everybody makes socks every month, and especially in the summer, we're quite busy. So we'll see what we get for the last few months, but she won a prize once, Jen. And anyways, she made me a pair of socks. Aren't they gorgeous? And she said in her note, here are some socks to add to your collection, especially the last few months because I haven't really been making socks. Thank you so much, Jen. Here is me wearing the socks, and they were in this cute little drawstring bag as well. Seriously, you guys are the best. Like, I don't know how I deserve any of you, but thank you. Thank you for coming along with me on all of this. So speaking of the Sox-a-Long, as I mentioned, we have a Ravelry page. We take turns at the end of each month sharing the slideshow of the socks that everybody made. So this month is going to be on Alice's channel. So please make sure you're subscribed to both of us so you don't miss out any sock action. We like to call it Spot Your Socks. And this, my friends, is the 3rd month I have not done socks. Yeah. I'm going to show it in a little more detail in our upcoming episode on Alice's channel about the socks, but I had yarn, and I don't have it here with me because there's so much stuff around me, that I had picked that was a German company's yarn, and you know, a patterned type yarn. Wasn't really sure what it was going to look like knit up, so I thought I'm just going to make vanilla socks. I did my 2x2 cuff, and I was maybe this much into it. I'm going to share a photo here, and I didn't like the way it was knitting up. I didn't really like the pattern. There's these very dark blotches in there, and I just was like, it's kind of busy. It's kind of a lot. So I ripped it all back to the cuff. Not a big deal. And I thought, well, I'm going to take another go at this simple Skype sock pattern, which I tried to do the previous month, but I had yarn barf and there was issues. Now, Alice is going to unravel my yarn barf because she is like, I'm going to say it, my best knitty friend. She's my best knitty friend, and oh my gosh, can't believe she wants to do that and is even remotely interested in that, but thank you, Alice. So I'm going to put that in timeout and work on that in the winter when I have more time after my markets. That's last month's socks. But this month's socks, I tried it again in the simple Skype, and this is how it went, and it looked so much better. But I didn't finish them. I hardly got anything done. So there were another pair that are just an epic fail for me. But it doesn't matter. I'm not part of like the prize winning. You can win a prize if you get your socks in. And you can enter them in the FO thread on Ravelry. It closes at the end of the month, at the last day of each month by noon Central Standard Time, which is our time in Manitoba. And then we usually do a video rather quickly within the next few days and announce the winner. So every month, if you make a pair of socks and enter it in this thread, there is a chance for you to win. So if you're into socks, check it out. Even just go in and look at the gorgeous socks people have made. It's quite something. I knew I was going to forget something. I had a viewer email me and wish me a happy National Fox Day. Now that was on September the 17th that day, so thank you, Robin, for that. And then the same day, I had another viewer, Wendy, gift me a sock pattern called Falling for Foxes. Wendy, I don't know if you knew that it was National Fox Day, but happy belated National Fox Day to everyone, and thank you. Let's talk now about needle warranties and needle debacles. In my pair of socks that I attempted to make, I was using this new set that I bought. It was bought from a hand dyer in Canada, and it was cleared out like for $26, so very inexpensive. 6 different sizes of double-pointed needles, 6 needles of each size, which I thought was quite something because I'm famous for dropping my needles. And I gotta get on all fours and look for them under the chair, and I make Hubs pause the movie, and it's a big thing in the house, and it's a regular thing. So I thought, bonus, if I drop a needle or still have a needle, I still have a set to knit socks. So, well, I thought I'm gonna try this on this month's pair of socks. So I pulled out the 2.25 millimeter needles, got them on, knit a few rounds, and one immediately snapped. Didn't know my own strength. I don't know. And it was a clear break. I know you can't really see this, but I was like, oh. Well, I still had 5. I just started working with it again, and I was being incredibly careful with them because I was worried that if I snap another one, they're useless to me. I don't really know what these are made out of. I thought they were wood, but they might be a bit of a poly resin type needle. Oh, it says wood. It says wood on it. So I was like, okay, like I just bought these in July. This is the first time I tried them. I was telling Alice about them, and she said, well, there's got to be a warranty. Look it up. So I did. And it said there was a 1-year warranty on their needles, and there was a 1-800 number to call. So I called the number. I wrote this down because I want to know your opinion of my experience. So I called the number. I said, hello, I'm calling from Canada. I purchased this set of needles, and I explained they were the 5-inch Caspian wood double-pointed needle set and how I tried them the first time, and one immediately snapped. And I'd like to know how the warranty works because I just bought them in July. And the lady said, well, we don't warranty third-party sellers. You're going to have to go back to them. And I said, so there's nothing you can do for me? And her reply was, and I'm reading this word for word, and I'm going to try and add the snark. I'm try to add a snark to this comment because I basically was like, well, it came with 6 needles. You still got 5. So you're good, right? That was exactly what she said. I'm good until another one snaps. I guess if I purchased directly from them, there was probably some sort of a process. Okay, I get it. Yes, I can still use them, but I don't know if that's how warranties generally work. And I didn't go back to the hand dyer that I purchased them from simply because it was the last one. They don't sell them anymore. I don't know if what kind of song and dance they're going to have to go through. So I guess I'm just going to bite it and never buy Knit Picks needles again. What do you think about this? I just found like she was kind of snarky and just like, so you're good, right? I was just kind of a little taken back by it. So I just like, But I had another needle replacement experience and I want to share with you that one because it's the polar opposite results. I made a me make this month, and when I made the me make, I used my Kollage square interchangeable needle set that I purchased from Aberdeen's Wool, who are in Ontario, and Kollage Square is in Ontario as well. I've also purchased a few extra cords, and I haven't used it too often. I have it on my Anthology Throw. I bought the 50-inch cord, and I've used it for a few things, but I haven't used it a lot. So when I went to go use it, I was using a 3.75 needle, which was the first time I was using that needle to make this me project that I'm going to share with you soon. Well, I had watched the videos, how to put it in and how to take it out with a tool and everything a few times when I first started using it because I purchased it in January 2024. And I could not snap in one of the tips onto the cord that I wanted to use. I wasn't sure if it was the cord or if it was the tip. So then I tried the tip on various different cords that I had because I have around 5 or 6 cords and I couldn't get it to snap in at all. This was a much more expensive kit than the Knit Picks double pointed needle set that I purchased. I went on the Kollage website to see what the warranty was. You guys, I filled out a form. I took a photo of the tip and I put all my information. I told them where I bought it from, which was not direct from them. I told them I bought it in January 2024. It was late at night and I went to bed and I woke up in the morning to an email. They're like, yeah, sorry, Diane, it sounds like this is a manufacturing defect. Please use this coupon code to purchase the size needles you need and we will replace them and send them to you. All you have to pay is shipping. So I had to pay $5 shipping. Totally fine with that. And they shipped me out a brand new set of tips. A little bit of a different situation than the first one I had. Kollage needles are amazing. I have them in DPNs, which I usually use for my socks, but I had my timeout socks, so I tried the Knit Picks, and they are a square needle. They are very good if you have pain in your hands or if you have arthritis, carpal tunnel. They are amazing. They are my needle of choice, and I am not affiliated with these people whatsoever. I'm not. They also are an inclusive employer. They employ people with barriers and disabilities. Amazing company, amazing. They are Canadian, highly recommend them. You may have your local yarn store carry them. And it was a seamless, easy transaction. 10 out of 10. So my me make this month. All right, how are you doing? You doing okay there? You doing okay? I made myself something. I never make myself something. In fact, I really want to make more things for me. I just kind of struggle with my market knitting balance and my me making, and that's definitely what I'm calling it, is me making. And I've already decided in 2026, I am doing a me make every month. Now, if it takes me more than a month, I'm only doing one at a time, but I am making me makes 100%. I'm doing the one skein September with Karen from Recreational Knitting. I don't know if this is a just for fun thing or if you have to submit your make somewhere. I wasn't really clear or sure about that, but regardless, I made myself a hat. I made myself a hat with the yarn that my friend Judy from Judy's Creations in Crochet sent me. And this is how much I have left. This yarn is from the Green Button Jar. They are a Canadian hand dyer out of Ontario. And this was a DK weight yarn in zebra, which I have never done zebra yarn before. So this, and I'm going to put a little video of me wearing it here, is called the Rough Road Hat. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. I will link it below. I didn't do the cuff as long as the pattern suggested. I think it was 4 inches and I did 3 inches. At first I wasn't going to turn up the brim, but I decided to do so. But it's a hat. This is it without it turned up. It was fun to make. It was a quick make. It was a one skein September make. Also have a removable pom-pom that you can take off if you launder. With the leftover yarn, I made a mini sweater. See my transitions here into all these topics? Made this mini sweater. It turned out a little bit bigger and thicker than most of the sweaters that I've been making. This is just going to be a little market option for on my table for ornaments. And I've been making a whole bunch of them this month. My friend Judy also sent me a bunch of yarn, little balls of yarn that she had left over from projects. A lot of it was tweed. I love it. Still have a whole bunch of it to work up, but yeah, in the evenings I've just been making all these cute little sweaters. Hopefully they sell. Otherwise I got lots of sweaters. This one was done with some of the leftover yarn from the Anthology Throw this month. And I'm going to be putting it on these cute little rack that my friend Alice's granddaughter made for me. Isn't it adorable? I just love it. Thank you both so much again. It's going to be a great market prop for my markets this year. Using these little wooden hangers. They're so cute. And Fatiao Doll Shop is the name of the place that I bought them from. They were on Etsy, but if you search them up, I will put the link below for you for them. This is the 7.5 centimeter size, and they fit the sweaters perfectly for fingering weight yarn. Another random thought, Hubs and I found this really nice puzzle for $2 at our local thrift store. Another one for the books. Okay, 2 more market makes and then we're going to talk about yarn. If you watched my last episode, you'll know that Hubs and I did a road trip to Alberta and we essentially had 4 days of driving. We didn't drive like straight through. We wanted to enjoy the experience. So we would either have anywhere from a 6 to 8 hour day in the truck as we were going there and coming home. And I kind of thought long and hard, what can I make that would be easy, kind of a simple make, but you know, I really need to make some market knitting because I haven't really made anything much this month. And I decided I was going to knit some of my fox stoles. Now, a fox stole, this is my own pattern, is a scarf. And the beauty of this scarf is it will fit various sizes. It will fit from a child to an adult. The back of it is got a little loop in it. And what you do, hold the tail and you put it through the loop. And you can slide it in and out as much as you need it. So it will fit anywhere from a child to an adult. I only had one made prior to our trip. And as we were going along, I discovered I could make one a day, one every road trip day. So that's what I did. So when I got home, I sewed all the parts together. And I have 4 of them done. I just cast on one more, so I'm figuring I'm going to have probably just 6 for my first market and see how they sell. And this one is done in really, really nice yarn that, of course, is discontinued because that's how I roll. And it is the Patton's Alpaca Blend yarn. So this is more of a little bougier one. It's going to be a little warmer. These ones were in acrylic, so they're really great for kids, for laundering, like a wash and wear. This color is called Toffee. 68% acrylic, 22% wool, 10% nylon, and 8% alpaca. And you can see probably the little hairs in there. So this is another one I'm just kind of working on. I will link the pattern below, pardon the crinkly paper. It's just called Foxstole from My Pink Bathtub on Ravelry. I have a few patterns for purchase there. And my final knit, which again was not mittens, is I made some more pigs. Just toy pigs, another original pattern of mine. This little Piggy. I think I might change the buttons. I don't like the look of the buttons on here now. But I wanted to make a pig pattern for a while, and I couldn't really find a shape that I liked when I was looking at patterns online, so I just designed my own. I just kind of wanted it to have the look of a piggy bank. So again, in the spirit of using up yarn, I had this really strange yarn. I had purchased a Cambridge Fibres Ltd Advent one Christmas, and it was all commercial grade yarn. A lot of it is mill-ins or discontinued yarn, or I guess I don't want to say tester yarn, samples. And this was like a strange kind of thick and thin acrylic yarn, and it was literally just called thick and thin on the label. So I've been holding 2 of it together to knit this pig pattern. Now this pig pattern you can make in any size yarn. I've made it in 6-weight bulky yarn to make really big pigs, but I wanted the fabric to be dense enough that if I stuffed it, there wouldn't be anything coming through. Now I do use DPNs with this pattern because you're making it bigger than smaller, and you're just knitting the butt and then you stuff as you go and then you close it and knit all of the other bits. So I have made 2 more already with all of the legs and the parts that it needs, the ears and legs and tail. So those just have to be knit together, and I should have enough to make 1 more for markets. Again, I'll leave the link for the pattern below. Every time I make little pigs, the little ones sell more than the big ones. People snatch those things up. One market, there was one left, and these 2 ladies almost duked it out over it. I was just like, I didn't know what to do. But one finally had some grace and stepped back and said, fine, you can have it. So I always like to have some of these on my table as well. And I do make piggy mittens, so they kind of complement them. So that is it for my market knitting. I am planning to make some hens, doorstop hens. This is a photo of what it looks like. I was making chickens before the emotional chicken was ever a thing. I also want to make some fox doorstops. Here is a photo of my own design as well. And then I think I just might get back to a few more pairs of mittens, and then it is what it is. I got what I got, and that's it. Apologies for the length of this video. I'm usually a 20-minute video kind of girl, but I just had so much random stuff to share with you, and this is for the entire month of September. Now, I'm probably not going to be back until later in October, simply because it's going to be busy with Thanksgiving and market stuff. I need to step back and get some stuff done around here, so please be patient with me, and then I hope to get back onto a more regular schedule. I want to mention very quickly Advents, Christmas Advents. Have you ever purchased a Christmas yarn Advent? Listen, I know I got a lot of yarn, getting an advent is like an experience. It really is. And I am getting 2 new to me advents. I actually received one. I'm not opening it, but I'm going to show you it. And then the other one is on its way to me because there was an option to say if you wanted it early. And yeah, I want everything early. I want everything early. So this one arrived in the mail already from Polkadot Creek. And I also asked for this early because they were shipping to the US because of the tariff issue. And I said, well, hey, if you can ship it to me early, I would gladly appreciate it, but no worries. They always do tend to ship before November anyway. This is a 4-week advent for socks. I'm not sure if they have any left. I'll leave the link below. They have a whole bunch of different types of advents that you can get, but I thought this was a very exciting, different idea since this was kind of the year of socks for me, even though I'm madly failing right now. Each week you open one present and you can knit up some socks, and 3 of them are fingering weight, 1 of them is a DK weight, and 1 of the fingering weights is a sparkly yarn. At first I thought I was going to knit up a pair of socks each week. I might be a little burnt out by then, so I'm giving myself some grace and I'm not promising nothing. I'll definitely work on the first pair because we're going to be winding down our year-long Sox-a-Long as well. But we'll see. I will be done all my markets by then and I will have time, so we might do it. And the other advent, which is on its way, which I can't wait. I don't know. I'm going to have to give it to Hubs and get him to hide it because I don't have any self-control over here, is the Biscotte Yarn advent. Now they have a Canadian store and a US store, and it's not yarn every day, but I looked at as much stuff as I could, and I haven't been able to find a YouTube content creator that has shared one on their channel, so I thought it would be a fun treat for myself and for you. But it does tell in the listing all of the different options that you can get, and you get 6 patterns with it, and I chose to get the printed out patterns, so I have them because I have the world's worst printer. So I'm very excited that they just shipped it yesterday. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get it by early October. I can't wait. Please share with me what advents that you are getting this year. I would love to learn more about different ones. As you know, or maybe you don't know, last episode I went to the Prairie Fibre Festival in Lacombe, Alberta. We had such a fun time. On the way home, Hubs was like, we need to do this again. And I was not arguing with him. We did a road trip and I feel like I bought quite a bit. I bought more than I bought from the Manitoba Fibre Festival, which was just the week before. So was I yarned out? Yes and no. But I went home and I felt satisfied. Then I made the mistake of going onto Instagram, onto Gingersnap's stories, and they shared that they had 1 left of a certain item. And I'd looked at this item. I didn't videotape it or take a photo, so I didn't include it in my regrets. I immediately bought it when I saw that there was only 1 left because it reminds me, well, it is about sock monkeys. Look at that. It's a little set. I just love it. Just love it. So I immediately messaged Kim and I said, I bought it. I had to have it. When I was lingering around the doors, when I was waiting for Hubs to pick me up, their booth was right there. So I was looking at it from the outside of the booth, and I kind of pulled my hands over and I pulled what was in it because I wanted to see. And Kim was kind of laughing at me, what are you doing? Anyways, just going to hide a coupon code there. So Gingersnap yarns are out of Cochrane, Alberta, I believe. I have purchased things from them in the past. Colin, the husband of the wife and husband duo, dyes all the yarn, and Kim sews all the project bags, does all of the marketing, like all of the social media that you see. She takes care of all the packaging of the orders, organizes all the stuff, and what a team they are. They drive to all of their events across Canada. I don't know if they've ever done any US events, but I'm sure you would be welcome. But I'm not sure how that would work for businesses going down to the States right now. But what a beautiful couple. They are fun to talk to. Colin's face just lights up every time he talks about his glow-in-the-dark yarn, which they are known for. They love horror movies, and so they have a lot of vampire themes and different themes, lots of Halloween stuff going on. I highly recommend you check them out. Last year, I purchased a gnome advent from them. Beautiful, beautiful yarn. But this is what I ended up buying. And Kim then sent me a message and said, I'm going to send you something for a giveaway for your channel. So we're also doing a giveaway. So this is a beautiful bag. It's got a nice flat base. Isn't that fun? I'm thinking I'm going to bring back the sock monkey next year. And I think I might make them half the size that I normally make them because they were big. And then I can like display them in this bag. Also use this bag for knitting, but I can display them in this bag for my markets next year. So I'm going to work at shortening the size of them. This is a beautiful bag. I love the handles. It also comes with a stitch marker and a progress keeper of little monkeys. Not sure how well you can see them. You get stitch stoppers that are monkeys. Love it. And I'm going to be knitting up some mini monkeys as well using the pattern that I have. I'll see if I can find the pattern and link it below. I've had that pattern for like 15 plus years. This is their sock monkey mini snap set of 5. It is, I love it. I'm wondering, I'm going to reach out to Kim and see if they have. I was kind of looking on their website, but if I can buy some of just this yarn from them directly, like a hank of it. So it's the Mighty Marled fingering, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, lush fingering 2-ply. Oh, I guess there's 2 different kinds. And then that one is 75-25 merino nylon. So it's 100 grams in total, 440 yards altogether. Just so fun. Yes, I have a problem buying yarn. I have a big problem. So when she said she was going to send me a gift, I thought she was going to send me a bag, but she didn't. She sent me yarn. And this gift is going to be for one of my subscribers. So you have to be subscribed to the channel. Unfortunately, the only issue is it has to be a Canadian subscriber this time. Sorry. I'm so sorry about this. However, I have talked to my postmistress at our local post office. She knows me well. And even to send something as a gift, it is a bit of a issue. Not an issue. It's a bit of a, you got to download an app, fill out what it is. You have to provide proof that where the content is created. Now I know this is dyed in Canada. I don't know if the yarn itself is originally from Canada. It's just too much. And then they send you back a bill and tell you how much of a tariff you need to pay them on top of shipping it. So until this gets resolved, and you know what, my friends, I'm sure it will, this has to be a Canadian only gift. Look at what she sent us. I'm not going to open it, so pardon the glare. She sent 2 hanks of DK weight yarn. Isn't that something? This would be beautiful as a stranded thing or to work alone. I want to learn how to do stranded knitting. So this gray one is called Sly Old Fella. Love that gray. This beautiful orange is called Orange You Glad. And you get two little needle stoppers of gnomes holding pumpkins. So thank you so much, Kim and Colin. So generous of you. I just can't believe it. I love it. If you're interested in being part of the draw for this gift away, first of all, please don't mention that there's a gift or a gift away in your comments. Tell me where you live in Canada and share with me what you think you would make with this. And one lucky Canadian subscriber is going to win this. Now, I don't know when my next episode is going to be because it's going to be busy, but look for it closer to the end of October and I will pull the winner and announce it then. So you'll get it before Halloween for sure. And finally, another purchase that I made, because clearly I don't have enough yarn around here. I mean, I don't have enough yarn. It was really a purchase. Well, I loved it, but it was really a purchase to support my new friend, Erin. My new friend, Erin from the Yak Yarnery. Now, in my last episode, I fangirled over her big time. And yeah, she's a new knitting friend, okay? I hope she's a new knitting friend. I went onto the Yak Yarnery website, and I'm going to link it below. And I looked to see what she had left for her hand-dyed yarn. She also has some commercial grade or other yarn there. But I was specifically looking for hand-dyed yarn that she created. Now, she is not dyeing anymore. Maybe she will again. I don't really know. But she has some different hand-dyed yarn there. And I bought myself something, and then she sent me a little something as well. So thank you so much, Erin. I'm not sure if I have any yak in my collection because I'm thinking perhaps Kathy may have sent me one, but I'm not sure. Anyways, I looked at what she had, and I bought 2 hanks of the colorway One More Day, and there was only 2 left. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Just gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? She's got more yarn. Not this color, but she's got more yarn, folks. Go check it out. This is Jack's Yak Merino sock yarn. It's 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, and 10% nylon. And I'm going to make myself some short cropped sweaters for my summer dresses next year. And I think I'm going to make a love note with this one as well. I picked some yarn for the love note, but I know you can do 2 hanks, and I just love this color. So that's kind of what I'm gearing towards, is probably however long of a sleeve I can make with it, but just beautiful. Thank you, Erin, so much. I'm so glad I could support you and purchase something from you. Take a long, hard look at this, friends. This is my last yarn purchase. Stop laughing. My last yarn purchase for 2025, because I have my 2 advents. They're almost here, and then that's it. Say no more, say no more. She sent me a little baggie of stuff in it too. So let's look and see what she sent me. A little sticker here. Some color catchers. I think this would be very good because of the darkness of this. I haven't had any issues with any yarn bleeding so far, but you never know. Ooh, some little stitch markers. These are gorgeous. Ooh, can always use this. Some cord to put your garments on if you want to try them on. I just have a little bit that Alice gave me, so this is fantastic. Thank you. A Firefly Notes tin of a beautiful bird. It's a nice big one. I'm going to put all of my stuff in here. Thank you so much, Erin, for thinking of me. please go check her out and check out Gingersnap. Wow, okay. Are you still there? Like, I feel like this is very long. And I'm pretty sure I forgot something. Actually, I did. I'd like to introduce you to my new best friend. I have been using these needlework threaders. You just stick the needle eye on it, and then you put the string of yarn through, and then you pull it off, and then you pull out the piece, and it's like, because I've been using them a lot on my fingering weight yarn when I'm weaving in the ends on my mini sweaters. I also have one from Kathy, but I don't know where that is. So, wow. Okay. If I forgot something, I forgot something. If you're interested in the giveaway, the gift away, please leave a comment below. Canadians only. Sorry. Tell me where you live in Canada. Tell me what you would make with this wonderful, wonderful gift that they gave us. Thanks so much for watching me today. And until next time, my friends, please send me good juju for my upcoming market. I'm sure it'll go well, but you know, you always get a little nervous and it's a lot of work, and I'm just going to get back to knitting because, well, the heat is on now. Enjoy the rest of your September, and we'll see you sometime later in October. Take care and bye for now. I woke up this morning. Isn't that grand? I have wanted to slow stitch for a long time, so this is my first. As I look at this, we are like patchwork. Smooth edges, ragged edges, and all sizes. The lumps and bumps along the way make us stronger. The roads are like wonky stitches, curves, irregular spacing. We never know what or where one's lives will go.